Hang on, hold still a sec.
Yeah?
Come back out.
Uh-huh.
Trying to see if you're actually updating properly.
I can see you. You're over there.
Like where? So I can't see you properly. Move out from the ship.
I'm like right at your nose right here, according to my client at least.
Okay. I'm just trying to... Alright, and am I updating correctly?
You look like it. But that's the same thing that happened last time when I completely lost control over everything. But you could move the Thugboat and it moved just fine. But on my end, it went nowhere.
Uh-oh.
Yep, or you could do that. Getting a little revenge for the gunpowder barrel, are we? You realize that was revenge for Domina, right? So don't let it ever be said that I don't have the occasional need for revenge. And Mr. Space's killing of me at one point during the stream to try to resolve client issues, that kind of rubbed a little bit the wrong way. So, what I did is I built this. Now, this looks like a stock Thugboat. It's there, it's got a working turret, it's got working weapons and everything. Everything looks perfectly normal. There are going to be two differences between what happened with Thugboat and Uncooperative Survival. First one being that the bombast lasers needed parts that we didn't have, so I opted to kill off the blueprint before it could build them. So the lasers that you're looking for that normally wouldn't have been up there were not present on that design. But everything else exterior looked about the same way it should be. Now the differences here are, as I go inside, you'll see that I stripped down the entire interior of the Thug. So it's got the gyros, it's got the cockpit, it's got the 4 warheads in here that eventually went off. I took out the large reactor that was back here, so it only had a handful of reactors that would go off, and a handful of extra gyros there. The backmost battery, so that way the battery would still show up on the list of parts, and that was about it. Now this boat, in this current configuration, it moves, but she is very much a shadow of her former self. She is pegging the reactor, so basically when you get in, it's going to look like, you know, okay, well, I've got some batteries that aren't showing up. The GATs are all still there. The spotlights and reactors are all still there. I've got some thrusters. You kind of figure, okay, maybe she's just a little low on power. Well, why do I have a shield gen group? And there you go. There's another little trick that I did with this thing, and that made it very difficult to try to plan this out. The reality of it is the block down here called Thugboat, which is on the normal design a beacon. On this one is an antenna. So what I basically did was you're going to see this in the video on the screen in a little bit. I quickly hauled the real Thugboat off, hit it in the asteroid with its beacon offline when no one was looking, and had Scrapworks order me up this one and had it kind of build it off out of the way of everyone seeing it. And that worked out surprisingly well. So then the question was just getting back to it, kind of parking it and treating it like the real Thugboat. And obviously this one was not loaded up, so there's no way I could take it into battle. But, well, you'll see what happened in the video.
One might question what Tex is up to, but we choose not to.
A busy text fire is a happy text fire. I'm just, you know, greebling, texturing.
If people have been legitimately hoping for flowing water, I think they're probably probably deluding themselves a bit at this point. Simply because, I mean, look at this flowing water, actually doing like dynamic flowing water in any way that's even half decent is hard. This game can't take that.
Diluting?
Nor do we want it to try and take that. None of us will be able to run it with it on. You'd be making such a sacrifice.
Oh yeah, no, this engine isn't going to handle that. At least not with what it's demonstrated so far. Oh, well, that would have been smart.
Okay. Slightly random.
Well, I'm just realized I could have tied into the existing catwalks. That would have made more sense. Instead of starting where I did. What's random?
There was a camera halfway down one side of the ship, and it was like, okay.
There's also a floating pink block. Because, of course. So how's everyone in chat doing today? Good, I hope?
Apparently enjoying your Swedish chef.
Oh, is that what I'm doing?
So I was just, I love it when text goes Swedish chef while greebling.
Bark, bark, bark.
Don't encourage him. It's the last thing we needed. And Lucas is busy being all pleased that his so-called Project Marauder weapon system is functional.
Being all smug about it.
Wonder if I suspect it may be the laser.
Laser.
Because we haven't seen that yet.
Did you say a laser?
Yes, I did.
Or something worse,
That's exactly
something
what I
that
said.
could easily put it on par with all of our ships.
Well, that's why I think it'll be the laser. Is because the laser will do the job of putting it somewhat on par. Markham says, I know many are irate that Keen is talking about just closing the door on SE. Realistically, this engine is maxed out. They need to move on. Not actually disagreeing with that.
No.
To the point where I think the first time I mentioned that I think Keen need to just move on and do Space Engineers 2 was before they introduced planets.
I have expressed that exact opinion, and I agree with you.
At that point, they had a lot of goodwill, and it was already evident that the engine wasn't really up to snuff. It wasn't going to be capable of doing what they wanted, because even then, Clang was one of the most pervasive forces. And a lot of that was because the engine wasn't capable of doing the calculations quickly enough. But, yeah. He says, this will be most faithful to a proper boss encounter. Nice, okay, so I'm thinking we're having to maybe take out some of its support vessels or blow bits off of it in order to break down shields, perhaps. Probably has maybe a very powerful main weapon, but one that can be dodged.
Oh god. Whoop. Hi. Hi, SimSpeed. Hi.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's just having a little moment there. Why is
That
the
was
front of
station
the
you just hit.
Yeah,
shot
I
rod?
know. It's called the SimSpeed.
Yep, indeed.
Come on, baby.
quite a tight fit. But,
Oh,
hey.
that's why we don't have any of those left over. Okay. We do need to actually get one resource right now. You guys are never going to guess what it is.
Iron or
Nope.
cobalt?
Nope.
Silicon. Would you like me to keep guessing, or are you just going to tell me?
The answer
I
is...
spy with
I
my
spy
little
with
eye.
my little eye something right next to our ship here that we need tons of. That happens to be right next to us. Stone. We are out of gravel. And the second reactor on the scrap works is eating up all of the reactor components because of it. It can't make any more because we don't have any gravel.
Can I try using... Actually, I mean... We could try sending tomatoes off to do it.
Oh boy.
Didn't you want to troubleshoot?
Yeah.
I think I got it mostly sorted last time. The only thing I needed to do was make sure that I needed to basically reset it from scratch to do and test that I had actually got it right, you know. So that should be like a GPS point.
Can we at least repaint the hacker drone slightly so that when I turn around, I don't see that at the corner of my eye and think, ah!
No. I think he needs to leave it right like it is.
That's perfect, because now he can be called Tom, because everybody in this game has to have a 3-letter male name. Oh, actually, no, not necessarily male. Izzy isn't male, so no, just a 3-letter name. Okay. Okay, so
yeah.
Thugboat's still stuck.
Hang on, let me... I can't even remember where I left that stupid thing now. Come here.
I found it.
Oh,
Whoa.
what the heck?
What
The
just happened?
Okay.
Oh shit. Whatever hit it
What the
actually
heck
just
did you
threw
do
the
to
whole
that thing?
station. Including
What
parts.
just happened? I was just flying, and then it exploded from the middle.
I don't know, but there's parts heading out. What are they from?
The Thugboat.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can catch it. No. Yeah, it's pretty much exploded from the cockpit out.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, what did you do to it?
Um.
You do realize it is here. Actually, it is moving for me now. Yeah.
Where is it?
Thugboat?
No, it's not.
No, it's flying away.
It's in
would
multiple
you care
pieces
to
flying
look at
away.
what I'm flying right now. It is very much a Thugboat.
Okay, then something. What exploded then?
What the fuck just happened?
What, did it explode? Did it kill you or something?
Yeah. Your
Okay,
cockpit
I mean, you
exploded.
can check that. It's perfectly fine.
With
Mm.
no, I can
It's
see
here,
it.
I mean-
but what even?